Welcome back. Automakers have added new features to improve safety. Some of those include hands-free calling and texting and voice control.
That's right. They're designed to help drivers keep their hands on the wheel, but as it turns out, these features are still a big distraction, especially for teenagers. Anne Scallon is the founder of Before the Wheel, an online resource which promotes safe driving for teens, and she's going to talk about the pros and the cons of cars with new technology. Good to have you here, Anne.
Hi, Anne.
Thank you very much.
I love this because I got to tell you, there was not long ago when you were on and you had changed your tune about what kind of car a new driver should have, because you always said, you know, give them the family beater, whatever, they should earn these privileges. And then there was a time you came on and you said a newer car may be safer in many respects for a driver because of features like, you know, lane detection and things like that.
Exactly.
So let's talk just a little bit in general about, you know, the technology that's in cars and kind of what you're seeing.
Yes, so my first concern is just what it's named, infotainment.
Oh, yeah.
Which means entertainment. And so, so there's a lot to sort out. It lets you, you know, talk, text verbally, which gives that sense of security. The problem is, as we had also talked in many of our segments, is that as Dr. Strayer has studied, our brain can really only be in one place.
Yeah.
And so it's taking your brain off the driving, and we always need to remember, for the most part, driving is mundane.
Yes.
But it changes like that.
So are you saying that all the extra information that we have that's supposed to make us better drivers and safer drivers is actually not? It's actually, we're distracted. We have to process the new information that's coming at us. Because I know whenever my car beeps, my heart skips a beat. You know, there's a beep, there's something. It's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And you know, whether it's a lane change, something, or a text or whatever, that's a lot of stuff coming in. Are we making ourselves less safe with all the information that we're letting the car give us?
I'm not saying it's all bad. What I'm saying is, and my car also makes a noise if I get too close to somebody, which I didn't even think was close, or I swerve out of my lane. But there's a lot to manage. So I'm not saying that all the information is bad. I'm just saying that you have to think about how you're going to manage it. And so I try to do as much navigation before I even start the car. But as you know, things change because all of a sudden there's a lot more traffic, or an accident happens or whatever, and then you have to change your navigation, or it's asking you to make a decision about changing your navigation. So you're looking, you're pointing, you're touching.
Great point.
Again, though, if you can do that quickly, it's okay. In Washington State, they have a new law. They started in 2017. It's called DUI/E.
Okay.
Driving while under the influence of electronics.
No way.
Yes. Driving while under the influence.
And this is punishable?
Yes, it's not as severe as if you were drinking, but you you cannot just do what you want. They allow you to touch something, but you cannot actually hold something.
But I mean, we learned that when texting was coming into vogue, that you became more dangerous than a drunk driver when you were texting.
Exactly.
So I can imagine that if you're noodling around with your navigation system, you're just as distracted as you are if you're texting your friend about a party you're going to.
And the thing about it is, we give ourselves a pass. I mean, I have to say, I do it too. It's like, well, I've got to get here, and then I have to remind myself, no, you're spending too much time on this.
Yeah. Sometimes I joke because I think like GPS has stunted us from learning directions.
It certainly
I agree
with that. Because
absolutely
you think about, you know, even when we were younger growing up, like you learned where to go. And it was different, and now it's like I rely on my GPS all the time because it gives me traffic updates, you know, changes, things like that, even when I know where I'm going. So I'm still using some form of technology, even when I almost don't need it, you know. And so I wonder with teens, how can we have that conversation as a parent, and what do we do? Because you want them to be safe and going in the right direction, and knowing where they're going, and being aware of accidents or issues up ahead so they can kind of slow their speed or whatnot. So what conversations do we need to have about safety tools or technology in the car?
We need to remind them to do as much as possible before they even start the car at a safe location. I'm not talking about pulling over on the side of a busy road or a highway. That is completely unsafe. You have to go to a really off-road or a parking lot of a big store, or something like that. Doing as much as possible. And then if you're in the situation, you do not have to talk to your friend. Again, you can wait 10 or 15 minutes till you can pull over safely. And with the navigation, just try to do as much as possible in advance. If you're starting to spend too much time on it, you've got to pull over somewhere safely.
Yeah.
I always feel that with texting, it's becoming, the navigation system is becoming the texting of the 2020s, whatever we are. And I think that's probably an important message for kids to have, to understand that if you're distracted, you're unsafe.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Thank
and
you.
remember, things change very quickly.
Okay.
Absolutely. You've got great resources on your website. It's beforethewheel.com. So read up, share it with everyone that you love in your family. Thanks so much for being here, Anne.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.